Imagine if your smartphone didn't just record you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm your host, and today we are unpacking a massive update in the world of computer vision and creative technology. If you are a dancer, an athlete, a physical therapist, or even a game developer, you've probably heard the buzz surrounding the name SeeDance. Well, the 2.0 version just dropped, and it isn't just a minor patch or a bug fix. It is a complete architectural overhaul. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how SeeDance 2.0 works, why its new neurokinetic engine is terrifyingly accurate, and how it's democratizing high-end motion data for creators who don't have Hollywood budgets. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is SeeDance 2.0? In the simplest terms, it is an AI-powered motion capture and analysis platform. But that description feels a bit like calling a Ferrari a way to get to the grocery store. SeeDance 1.0 was already impressive. It could track limbs and give you basic feedback on your form. But 2.0? It introduces what the developers call volumetric pose estimation. Instead of just seeing you as a flat 2D stick figure on a screen, the AI now perceives depth, torque, and even the subtle tension in your muscles without a single wearable sensor. No suits, no ping-pong balls glued to your spandex, just your camera and some incredibly heavy-duty math happening in the cloud. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've seen Instagram filters that do this, but here's the kicker. SeeDance 2.0 has reduced latency to under 30 milliseconds. That is essentially real time. For a dancer practicing a complex pirouette or an athlete perfecting a high-speed sprint, that instantaneous feedback is the difference between progress and injury. The system isn't just filming you, it's coaching you. It compares your skeletal alignment against a database of professional standards and tells you, hey, your left hip is dropping 3 degrees too low, or your center of gravity is shifting too far forward. Before we get into the how of the technology, I want to take a quick second to invite you into our community. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, please hit that follow button on Spotify or leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It genuinely helps us keep the lights on and continues our mission to bring you the latest in tech without the fluff. Also, check out the link in our show notes for a special trial of SeeDance 2.0 if you want to test these features yourself. All right, let's peel back the curtain a little bit on the tech. How does SeeDance 2.0 achieve this level of precision? It uses a dual-layered neural network. The first layer handles point tracking, making sure it doesn't lose your hand when it crosses behind your back. This has always been the Achilles heel of camera-based MoCap, known as occlusion. In the past, if the camera couldn't see your limb, the digital skeleton would just freak out. SeeDance 2.0 uses predictive modeling to fill in the blanks. It understands human anatomy so well that it knows where your elbow must be based on the rotation of your shoulder and wrist, even if it's hidden from view. The second layer is the semantic motion layer. This is where it gets spooky. The AI has been trained on millions of hours of professional movement, from ballet and breakdancing to Olympic weightlifting. It understands the intent of the movement. It knows the difference between a stumble and a choreographed fall. This makes the data incredibly clean. If you're a game dev, you can export this data directly into engines like Unreal or Unity, and the movement looks human. It doesn't have that jittery, robotic, uncanny valley vibe that we've all grown to hate. But it's not just for the pros. The beauty of SeeDance 2.0 is its accessibility. We are entering an era where a kid in a small town with an old iPhone can get the same level of technical feedback as a student at a top-tier conservatory in New York. That is the true power of this version. It levels the playing field. It turns every living room into a high-tech lab. I was playing around with the beta last week, and keep in mind, my dance moves usually resemble a kitchen appliance during an earthquake. But even for me, the feedback was eye-opening. It caught a persistent slouch in my posture that I hadn't noticed in years.
It's rare to find a piece of tech that is equally useful for a world-class athlete and someone just trying to not throw their back out while doing yoga. As we wrap up today's session, let's recap the big takeaways. SeeDance 2.0 is moving us away from specialized hardware and towards a software-first world for motion. Key upgrades include volumetric pose estimation, sub-30 millisecond latency, and the ability to handle complex occlusions where limbs disappear from view. It is a tool for correction, a tool for creation, and ultimately a tool for understanding the human body better. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Exploring these frontiers is always more fun when you're along for the ride. If you have any questions about SeeDance, or if there's a specific tech you want us to deconstruct next, shoot us a message on social media. Stay curious, keep moving, and I will see you in the next episode.